The problem is that British people are too vocal on TikTok about showing off their fucking god-awful homemade food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like, you know, you'll have like Cheryl from Northampton go, this is what I'm eating for dinner. And then it's just all brown and chips. And you're like, what the fuck is this?
What's the best British dish? You're like, all right, I'm going to defend my country.
Okay, for like a personal one, or if I wanted to convince you that like it's not that
Why don't
bad.
you do both?
I mean, my favorite, which I know would not convince anyone, is bangers and mash. It's just so
I
basic.
can fuck with bangers and mash.
It's just sausages, mash, beans.
Listen,
Not beans.
nothing wrong with that.
Peas.
Okay.
If I wanted to convince you,
Probably a good Sunday roast.
oh, Sunday roast is good.
Sunday roast.
So what exactly does a Sunday roast entail?
I
Like
mean,
a roast beef, right?
Yeah, it could be roast beef, roast chicken, roast pork.
Roast chicken's probably the most popular.
Roast chicken's the most popular.
And you have like broccoli or some veg.
Yeah, and then you have stuffing along with that as well, and Yorkshire pudding, which just like ties everything together. And
Yorkshire, yeah, those are
Yeah.
good. I like a full English breakfast or whatever.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
can fuck with that.
I had that 3 days in a row in London, and by the third day, I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I really like
You
shepherd's
convinced
pie.
me with what was it? The cheese and onion pasty.
Cheese and onion pasties.
Pasty was
I mean,
fire.
pasties are great.
Pasties are also
Pasties
great.
But they were like
I do like
made.
pasties,
They were like
yeah.
made out of necessity for miners to have a snack while they're working.
Oh, it's so
Because
good,
it doesn't
though.
spoil easily. That's half of British food. Oh yes, botulism won't affect this until the third solace. You know, you're like, oh well, that's good, isn't it? I mean, I always have to Google to remind myself what the British dishes are, because I feel like a lot of the stuff that you make at home is the lowest and quickest, easiest things.
Like a sausage sandwich as well, maybe.
I mean, that's
whatever you
barely
guys
British.
call it.
Sausage sandwich.
Whatever you guys call it.
Sausage sarnie.
There's like a chip buddy or whatever you
Oh,
fuck
chip
you-
buddies are
Sorry, it's
good.
not Bunnings.
Oh, Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs.
I mean, I do
Scotch
think
eggs
that
lit.
probably Shepherd's or cottage pie is one of my favorites.
chicken tikka
Beef,
masala. of
Beef
course.
Wellington is fire.
Beef Wellington. What's toad in the hole?
Oh, Toad in the
That's
Hole.
the egg, right? Egg in the toast or something? No?
No. Toad in the hole is when you have like a bunch of sausages.
Sausages.
Oh,
In like a,
you guys.
I love sausages so much. I will fight.
They're great.
Toad and hole is great because it's just a sausage.
Easily
dish.
the
So
worst.
sausages in a Yorkshire pudding batter.
Yes, yes.
Easily the
Fucking
worst
fire.
thing about Asia is just the lack of appreciation for sausages. There's just no fucking good sausages anywhere.
I was saying the biggest thing that British dishes don't have going for it is that they just have never figured out presentation at all.
Yeah, it's like this is a fucking travesty. and like,
Yeah,
and
but
like,
I'll eat that.
And like bangers and mash, like click on it. Like it doesn't like it's not the most like cleanest looking thing, but it's fucking phenomenal. It's such a good combination.
Also,
That's one
naming-
of my pet peeves, though, is when people go, "Oh, it looks gross." I'm like, taste it,
eat it
first.
first. Yeah.
Eat it.
because this is like, and the problem is we have too much mush in our
Yeah.
food. A lot of British food is mushy.
Yeah.
And like cottage pie, which is one of my personal favorites. It just like looks like worse lasagna.
Yeah.
But that one's also not a bro. I mean, this
You know,
one
I know
doesn't look
British
good.
food gets a lot of hate, but I like British food. Like, it's just a bunch of fried shit and sausages and gravy and
Love
shit.
sausages.
It's always
Love sausage.
so good.
Shepherd's pie is goated.
Shepherd's pie is better than cottage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it's
I
good.
said, if we just got like better naming conventions and better presentation, I don't think it would be clowned on as much. Yeah, because
spotted
look
dick,
what
toad in
the
the
Canadians
hole,
did.
eaten
they
mess.
They fucking took chips and gravy, called it poutine, and suddenly it's like, oh, it's a national dish. I'm like,
Yeah,
what
we
the
had that
fuck?
before them.
Yeah, we had it before
you
them.
guys.
I was-
People love it as well. People are like, yo, I had poutine in Canada. It was lit.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? We had that in England. We called it just chips and gravy, and that just sounds a lot less appealing.
I love sticky toffee pudding. I don't know if you've had that.
Ooh, I love sticky toffee.
It's my favorite dessert of all time, and I hate that I can never get it outside of the UK. Well, maybe in America, but maybe
You can get it in America, yeah.
But I never, at least whenever I go back to the UK, I'll immediately go to not that, not
The
bread,
one above, the one above.
not bread and butter pudding. That's like the that's
Butter. You see?
Butter pudding.
bringing it back, dude. It's so good. It's like a brownie drizzled with toffee sauce and ice cream.
fucking good.
It's always warm.
Yeah.
It's so good.
That looks
Oh
good.
man.
Oh, I get it
Still
every
brown,
time.
though.
I get it every time.
Not
A lot
lacking
of
in the
brown,
brown
but it's
department.
tasty brown.
Look, sometimes the brown carries. Look, when it's dessert, brown. Come on, back
It's
off,
like
bro.
brown
Yeah,
and
yeah.
off-white.
It's just because people post pictures of their like Chinese meals in the UK, like
yeah.
we saw, and it's like, why is there so many chips?
You know, the Chinese chips, the staple.
Yeah, I remember I used to go to the local Chinese shop in Wales,
Yeah.
and just the only thing that they had was like sweet and sour. But I used to go during lunch and I would take like my £1 coin and they would just make soy sauce noodles. And I guess that's like I don't even know if that's a thing. I don't think
Soy sauce noodles.
they would just cook noodles and like in soy sauce, like yakisoba, and that was just it. Oh yeah, just British. This is British Chinese food.
Oh my God.
It's a fucking travesty.
I mean, is this so much different than like American Chinese food back in the day?
It's American Chinese food's better than this. I will say I love traditional Chinese food.
Oh my
but
God.
I will absolutely fuck with American
What the
Chinese
fuck
food.
is that?
I like American Chinese food.
Yeah, it's a
I-
different thing. It's just a different
Okay,
thing.
okay.
Yeah. It's like Tex-Mex, like Tex-Mex and
I
Mexican.
just,
It's
what is
different,
that? What is that? That's not.
You
That's,
can't like why?
it's the
can British
fucking
people
true
not-
crime lighting as well.
Yeah.
But it's like the murder victim's last
What is it with
meal.
British people not being able to escape chips?
I don't know, man.
I don't. Yeah.
I mean, they're great.
We just need
but-
it with everything.
I think also it's like I know
Asians with
growing
rice.
up as well. I feel like there's an unwillingness to not like with every meal to let kids eat chips if they want it. Like my mom would make a huge fucking stink about not giving me chips because other kids, I'd be like, but my other friends get chips. And they're like, you're not having fucking chips, Connor. Get over it.
But I feel
Oh,
like
God.
chips, I feel like a lot of Asian restaurants in England, they have stopped serving chips. It used to be every Asian restaurant need to serve chips in some way, shape, or form.
And then
But
someone was like,
to
hang
be
on a
fair,
second.
like
yeah.
When I was growing up, the local Chinese place didn't have chips. They had like the
Must've been authentic.
duck spring rolls and shit. It was
Yeah.
like actually the stuff that I like.
That's
yeah.
actually like
Yeah.
way more authentic.
Because I'd be like, can I just have 15 courses of ducks and the duck rolls? Those
Yeah.
things are like where you put them in the.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it's called. Like Peking duck.
Peking
duck.
duck. Yeah.
I'm like, can you just bring out 15 of those, please? I'll just have 900 of this.
Damn.
how much choice for Asian restaurants did you have growing up in Michigan?
Well, I was born in Minnesota, but I did grow up in Michigan mainly. I'd say it was like a decent amount, like there were Korean. We lived in kind of like a lot of Koreans.
Yeah.
We knew a lot of Korean people, so some pretty good Korean restaurants. Like I went to school at Michigan State.
Right.
They had like a K barbecue place. They had,
Yeah.
places. It was not too bad.
Because I remember in England, I didn't have my first Korean dish till I was 20, I think.
Yeah, we're very slow to adopt.
Yeah. In England, Korean cuisine wasn't a thing, and then suddenly it just fucking exploded
I
everywhere.
think it's when the people realized that fried chicken was an option. They were like, oh, I love Korean food. Love that.
Korean
No,
fried
it's Korean
chicken.
barbecue first that really like blew up in England.
Korean fried chicken is really good though.
Yeah, I think
so
it's best
good.
in the world.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Just that double fry.
Oh man,
So fucking
I just
good.
love the sauces, dude.
Yeah.
Like, there's one that
it's perfect texture with the double fry and the sauces as well.
there's one the place here that does a garlic honey soy sauce seasoning, and it's heavenly. It's the
Yeah.
perfect mix of flavors.
I mean, you have to fight me to get me away from like Yan Yong chicken, man. Like it's destroy that shit.
Yeah.
So
I
good.
want fried chicken now.
Yeah, I'm getting Korean food off this place. I realize I haven't had it in so long.
Are there American foods you guys are like, what the fuck?
Chicken and waffles.
Oh, really? I like it. I'm not like blown away by it.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, I think it's just because like
I mean, there are a lot of
it was
American
like a little bit like overhyped. I think.
Yeah,
before
I think
had
that's
it,
the
Yeah.
problem.
you know?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like, my body was just really confused. I'm like, I'm having breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the same time.
Yeah.
going from like a full English breakfast
Yeah.
to an American one is like very difficult.
Yeah.
Because I think the American breakfast uses such low quality ingredients generally
Yeah.
that it's really hard to want to eat an American breakfast. I never like the fry up ones.
Yeah.
Like the
okay.
scrambled eggs, bacon, pancakes, which is weird that you would have that.
Yeah.
It's like a sweet. Why are you having that?
Yeah, I don't like my pancakes with my breakfast or
But the-
syrupy or anything sweet.
Like, the UK gets clowned on rightfully so for a lot of things, but like the full English, a lot of the times you have quite good sausages. It's very easy to get really high quality sausages in the UK, and bacon is
Yeah.
normally better. I don't really like the American bacon that much.
What is it like? You guys,
What do
we
you
call it
call
streaky bacon.
streaky bacon.
What do you? I think you guys call it like Canadian bacon or something.
Okay.
Whatever the
the ones that you use?
yeah, the real bacon.
Yeah, kind of like
It's like way more meat.
yeah. I do love streaky bacon though. I have to say. It's that crisp. I love
Yeah,
that.
it is, it is.
And the fattiness. I love that.
I like streaky. I prefer streaky bacon.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thing with American, like proper American cuisine is that I can have it like once or twice and it's fucking orgasmic, and then after like 2 times, I'm like, I need something else. I cannot.
It's kind of can't eat it all the time.
Yeah.
It's a bit much.
Which is fine when you're in like a major city like Los Angeles, New York, or whatever. But fuck, when I go visit my wife in Wisconsin, I'm just like, please give me something other than cheese and meat. Oh my god, I love cheese curds, but more than once, and I'm on the shitter for like 2 hours.
Give me one vegetable.
Yeah, actually give me one vegetable and a decently sized meal. Size down your meals, please.
This remind me of this TikTok that went viral online because there was an American tourist in France who was like, "It's so hard to find vegetables in Europe," and everyone was like, "What are you talking about? What? You're American."
I went to the local butcher and I couldn't find it.
What? I mean, but I mean, I feel like Europeans and Americans are constantly battling each other over every minuscule thing, always. But I mean, I like American food, but like you say, it can sometimes be a lot.
Yeah.
I think American food is great because you don't have to think about the calories, and then when you're afterwards, you're like, was that really worth 9,000 calories?
Yes.
I don't know. Yeah.
Always. That's the American way.
Spoken like a true American.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most overrated cuisine?
Yeah, I don't think we got your answer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
Ooh, overrated?
Overrated.
Did you guys say yours?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's one answer that I think which
I
we
think
had
all
this,
three of us agree.
we think we had this question on tour, and one answer came up on tour.
What was your answer?
What did we say?
France.
French.
Oh yeah, French food.
Oh, I like French food.
I like it. It's just a problem of dining with French food is often very cumbersome. It's a long process. It's normally small portions. It's very expensive. It's normally amazing. Like I think nobody doesn't like it. I think just the process of getting French food is normally the part people don't like.
Yeah.
It's not like a burger.
And also, I think for most people, when they think of French food, they think of that one traumatizing experience when you're at a restaurant in Paris.
Oh my god.
And it's just like the worst customer service with the worst people.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
like, this food could be delicious, but it's so fucking overpriced and the people are shit. So
It's just so hard especially if you've gone to like Italy or something and everyone's so fucking chill and the food's amazing and they give you so much and it's like the vibe is a complete opposite. Obviously, this is just Paris though. But
Yeah.
you know, the outside of Paris is a lot. People are way nicer.
You know, mine might be German food. Like, I like it.
Yeah.
It's good, but
Nothing to rave about.
Yeah.
nothing.
Like pork knuckle is just not the best part of the pig. Like, let's just be honest here. I'm sorry, Germans, but like there are better parts of the pig. And what are the way they cook potatoes? I do like it, but it comes with everything, and sauerkraut also comes with everything.
Yeah.
I know there are other German stuff too. But
With that said, though, if I had more German food, maybe I'd change my mind. But I don't know. I'm hard pressed to find one because I generally will fuck with anything.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah.
like even when we're making like German food's overrated. It's like I still fucking eat it and I love it. It's like it's just I think that they're you know.
I'm not going to refuse to eat it.
we gotta shift this notion of British food being bad to the Germans. I think.
Unfortunately, people just love clowning on British people. And I don't think that's going to go
Well,
away.
it probably doesn't help that British people clown on British people.
That's true.
You know?
Well, it's
If you
because
guys stopped clowning,
it's because
it's
we
a
mainly
PR
eat
thing.
we mainly fucking eat Indian food. And the one thing that I hate about not being in the UK is that it is so hard to convince the group to eat Indian food. Someone will always be like, I don't want Indian food.
Why? What's their reason?
I don't know. They'll be like, it's too heavy. And I'm like, come on,
too
man.
heavy.
It's like Chinese food and Indian food.
Go eat a chip buddy or whatever.
Well, no, not in the UK. This is outside of the UK.
Oh, outside of the UK.
In the UK, everyone will want to go for Indian food.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's very popular there.
But over, especially in Japan, I feel like because where the food is quite light, especially even with Japanese people, they will never want to get Indian food.
I see.
It's because the taste is too strong.
You must know like when you're out with a group. That there's always like one or two people that are like not Indian food.
Yeah, I mean, especially in Japan, they have a lighter palate over here.
Yeah.
It's either too heavy or too spicy.
I hear too spicy a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Chinese food often, when I try to convince people, everyone has to be like ready for it. No one will want to do Chinese food on a whim, I find.
No, I
Really?
disagree. Yeah,
Damn.
because like you can
Only if it's like xiaolongbao or something.
Yeah.
But if
you
we're
go
like
to,
going
you know,
like a
small dishes or whatever,
Yeah.
or if it's like an all you can eat that's like dirt cheap, and
Right.
you'll still you get your money's worth if you get like 4 things, then it's fine. But like, with Indian, I definitely have that experience.
I've been meaning to go to that. There's one really expensive food buffet in Tokyo. I think it's like $70 or something for the buffet. I've been meaning to go. You should go as well.
I would love to go, yeah.
I think it's just a bunch of fancy food all like from across the world.
Nice.
Just to kind of like a take on a Vegas buffet, I think. It'd be cool to see
Have
how
you been to a
tremendous.
Vegas buffet?
I have.
What'd you think?
Connor's the only one, I think.
You've been.
I've been to so many.
Oh, actually, yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I like Vegas buffets. I mean,
I fuck with Vegas buffets. Yeah.
Caesar's
I think
Palace
it
the
is.
best one.
Yeah, the
It is
Bacchanal.
like
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you're at a Vegas buffet, there is that part of you that just wants to be that French guy that smokes and goes, "These Americans, and their consumption." It's like the most gluttonous, most American way to consume high quality food.
Yeah.
It's like
But it's the best. You go to seafood station, king crab legs,
it's just so like
oysters,
it's so
bone marrow.
Like-
Like just pile it up, baby.
It is amazing, but it is objectively like just the most gluttonous, like gross display.
Yeah.
I
No, we're
actually-
definitely like the villains in like
Yeah,
the Hunger Games.
yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's great. It's
You're
great.
like the 14th century king.
And I'm sitting there scratching my head, being like, "Man, I've had like fresh king crab. I know how much it's supposed to cost.
Yeah.
How does the economy, like the economics of this, how does it make sense? What's going on? Is all the people gambling funding this buffet? Like, what's going on here?
Most
It's all,
likely,
well,
yeah.
it's also a lot of people. I feel like the average buffet goer
Doesn't eat that much.
doesn't eat that much, and they also fill up on cheap shit. Like I
They
feel
go
like
for,
most
the
people.
pizzas. And
Yeah, it's like they're eating
you know.
fucking, like you said, like that, or rolls or something.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's some amateur shit. Where you're like, no, you don't waste stomach
Only
room.
high quality fish
Go,
and meat.
just go like the good shit. Every now and then you can indulge in something.
you need a carb. You need a carb.
Yeah,
or
you need a
something.
carb or something.
Yeah.
But for the most part, and that's I think how they make their money. If they were all like me, like a row of someone's, they would be out of fucking business.
So you think when you charge the $70, you think you easily crush the $70 that you paid for?
Oh yeah, easy. Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, yeah, because like what like a plate of king crab is probably like at least like $40-$50.
I mean,
maybe
I've never
most
been to a
restaurants.
Vegas buffet, so the fact that they have king crab.
Oh, dude,
on
they
the-
got
I'm
They got
like,
everything.
They got
What the fuck? Everything
And
you can
there's,
think of.
There's some that are like more than $100, I think, right? Or like near the 150 range. I think that are like even more.
I think
like,
the buffet at the Wynn is like the most expensive one, where it's like it's like $100 and something per.
God, I
person.
want to go to this. So
But it's
fucking-
an insane amount of food.
Yeah.
It's
Right,
like you
right.
go. I remember the first time I went, I saw like the lineup. I was like, oh, that's a lot of food. And I realized, oh no, that was this, and there's this, and this. Like and that wasn't including desserts. Like
Yeah.
they'd have so much.
And what you
fucking
think is
food.
the entire buffet is just like just the
1/5.
pasta section.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the world to figure out a good breakfast buffet. I feel like there's just every hotel you go to, it's just the worst.
Well, you don't go to a hotel.
I know, but I just wish there was like.
I think in the Midwest, I've seen that there's like big breakfast buffets, and but I don't know if you'd like it because it's to the American
Right,
palate.
right.
Yeah. I mean,
A lot of sweet shit.
yeah, I don't really have breakfast anyway a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
same.
I have a breakfast buffet, then I'm like, oh, I'm giving up lunch basically because
Yeah.
like you want to fill up.
That's true. That's true. I normally just do coffee for breakfast.
Yeah. And I if there's
Breakfast
one
kings.
place I never make my money back, it's definitely the breakfast buffets because it's like $30 sometimes, and
Dude.
you have like 1 or 2 plates at most.
It's so rare you get a breakfast buffet where you walk out, you're like, wow, that was really like worth it. I feel like. But
Yeah.
I've been to 1 or 2 that I really liked in Europe.
In Europe,
Yeah.
it was in Europe.
It's
Because
it has to
it's
be in
because of the
Europe.
sausages, right?
No, I went to one that had like just every single bread in existence, every type of fish that they'd served with like a carpaccio style.
Oh,
They had like raw honeycomb, like just straight up. You would like break up the honeycomb and
That's-
put it on
that's
your
fire.
bread,
Sounds fucking good.
and then you would that was just the buffet, and they had like every kind of meat, like the salami, the
Cold
like,
cuts, yeah.
they had like 15 different types of granola. They had a whole alcohol bar. I don't know why. And then, champagne.
Let's get lit.
They had literally everything you could possibly want fresh in
sounds
the morning if you were a European person. And then on top of that, when you sit down, you get a main that you get to order. Like something like a meat that it would make. So I ordered like the salmon eggs Benedict that was like
That's my go-to.
phenomenal.
with any
It
kind
was
of
like, and then they're like, they have like every kind of juice you'd ever want for every type of hangover. It's like, oh, we have a wine hangover cure. No, then this one's the beer hangover cure. No.
That's how you know you're in Europe.
Yeah.
It's like, which one was your main poison?
Because Belgium, you're like, I'll have like 3 beers. And you're like, oh, I've had 19% beers. I'm fucked. It's so good. Have you been around Europe much?
No, I've only been to, I think, only Ireland.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Sleeping. You're sleeping on the European food.
I thought it was great. I really enjoyed myself. I went there for a convention and had a great time. I would love to do more of Europe though.
Yeah.
Like just go through all.
What's like your bucket list European country you want to go to? If you had to pick one to go to right now.
If I have to pick one,
Yeah.
probably Italy.
It's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good.
Yeah.